Shalom Akim, your brother Ratazar Allah from GMSLondon camp. First and foremost, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahawashi, Ba'Hashem, Kodash. That's the true names of the Heavenly Father and His Son, in the Lashwan Kodash, the ancient Hebrew. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GreatMillStone, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, Bakwaya Kodash, holy elect around the four winds. Yeah, man. Just gonna do a quick upload. Brothers have been putting up videos, exposing this demon Sakari for being a fraud that he is, man. And he's just another example of charlatan so-called leaders in this truth that really ain't about this truth, man. They draw men in with their feigned words, acting like they're sincere, but really, they're agents of Esau, man. Agents of shield. They're working for a different agenda. They're really here to spy out men's liberty, like it says in the scriptures, and give their feedback to Esau, man. This guy's nothing but a spook, man, and it ain't in righteousness, man. He's a damn demon, a sheep in wolf's clothing, or wolf in sheep's clothing, man. Salakia, man. And the Lord's gonna expose these niggas, man. He's gonna destroy these niggas. I mean, you got the guy on the right hand side of him wearing a damn dashiki, and they ain't got nothing to do with being the Hebrew Israelite. That's some Hamite dressing, man. But these guys, they're clowns. You can see that he's all about himself. Got the t-shirts in the back. He's advertising, publicizing himself, because he's all about his own belly, man. That's really what he's about. He might have come into this thing years back, like he was so-called sincere. But obviously, we got kicked out of this truth because really, like it says in the book of John, they went out from us because there was not of us, man. And the Lord susses out men, quicker than, we do, because we're in this flesh. The Lord sets these guys up. And he's nothing but a Judas goat, man. In the spirit, the Most High set this guy up for a great fool. But he can't see it. He thinks he's being sly and cunning. But like in Jeremiah 23 and 24, you can't hide from the Most High. The Most High sees all, man. And his lot is to be a damn Judas goat, basically, as the rest of these false brethren out here from these different alphabet camps that are acting like they're down for this truth, but really they're coming with feigned words. They're disobedient to parents, and they got their own agenda, man. Or they're coming fully doing the agenda or the bidding of the so-called white man. They pay them off because they're a bunch of sellouts, man. And they're talking about Yahawashi, which he put Jesus Christ. We ain't got that. We ain't even affiliated with that. They ain't got nothing to do with it being the Hebrew Israelite, man, because that's a Greek term. Those are both two Greek terms, man. Jesus Christ, and that's pushing Caesar Borgia. But then you got the nerve to say he's a black identity extremist. So you're acknowledging that the Lord is a so-called black man, but you're calling him Jesus Christ. So this is the man you're supposed to be uplifting and upholding, but you're trying to turn the word of the Lord into the strife, basically, man. So some teach Yahawashi for strife, and that's what that's what this monkey's doing, man. This black monkey, Sakari, man. He's really just a charlatan, man. And the Lord's, just exposing him because we're in the last minutes and last seconds of this wicked ass society, Babylon the Great, before the Lord destroys it and destroys 2/3 of our people. So it's obvious this guy's part of that 2/3, but he's acting like he's holier than thou. And he's sincere about this truth, man. But the Lord sees it all, man. The Lord sees it all. You're just playing out your part, even though you think, you're doing your thing, so to speak, and no one sees you, man. Men of the Lord see you, man, from the apostles and elders on down, been exposing your wickedness, man. And you're gonna fall into that snare, that gin, that trap that you're trying to set for brothers. You're gonna fall into that your damn self, man. Just like the scriptures say. That covenant of death, men that sell out, the men that made that covenant with death, it shall basically sold out to Esau. That shit's gonna be disannulled, man. And you're not gonna be able to hide from the scourge, the overflowing scourge, which is the nuclear missiles, man. You're gonna get caught up in that, because you're being a treacherous dog. But anyway, I'm gonna jump to the scriptures. I ain't even gonna speak for too long. It's Philippians 3 and start from 17. It says, "Brethren, be followers together of me, and mark them which walk as ye have for us for an example." Yeah, that's right. And that's from the apostles and elders on down. Got the men that the Lord set up, the presbytery, which this guy, Sakari Ari, Alizé, bitter sweet drink, came up against, man. He came up against the apostles and elders many a times, man. trying to going off basically, man, trying to curse them out, being a damn proud demon. And instead of accepting reproof, he just tried to, retract statements and act like he didn't say what he said, or, acting like he's too big for his boots. And you're nothing but a novice in this truth, you're still a novice in this truth, and you coming out of Judas Iscariot type spirit, being a damn Judas goat. Well, like the brother said in the video, Yahawashi is coming back from the brothers in Mississippi camp. Do what you gotta do, man. Like Yahawashi told Judas himself, do it quickly, man. Stop bitching, man. Stop being a fraud about your business, man. Do what you gotta do, man, because the Lord's gonna destroy you anyway. It says verse 18, for many walk, of whom I have told you often, and now tell you, even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Yahawashi. And that's you, Sakari, man, and the rest of anyone that's coming in your type of spirit, man. Basically trying to seek Moses' seat. Coming in that wicked scribe and Pharisee type spirit. They're trying to catch the men, trying to catch men slipping, trying to catch the men of the Lord slipping, and being the damn serpent, man, not in righteousness, man. It says, for many walk, of whom I have told you often. It says, and now tell you, even weeping, that they are the enemies of the cross of Yahawashi. And that's definitely you, man, because you're not doing what the Lord said to do out there, man. You're acting like you are, but you're really not. You're butchering the scriptures. You're trying to get men caught up with this black identity extremism shit, because you're doing the bidding of the so-called white man, the devil, man, because that's your boss, and that's who you have to purport to. It says verse 19, it says, whose end is destruction. Yeah, your end is destruction, man. In many different forms and fashions, man. The Lord can destroy your asses, man. Namely by the nuclear missiles. It says whose power or whose God is their belly. That's right, man. That's why you're always, parading your shit in the background, selling merchandise, making merchandise with the people and all that. You're always selling different products and whatever it is, man. Doing music and all this bullshit. Like to say that's part of the truth, when all we're supposed to do out here is go out in highways and hedges and compel them to come in. And the them's talking about the Israelite foreigners or the Israelites in general. That's of the elect, man, from the 12 prospective tribes. But you're not doing that, man. You're doing everything for your own vain glory, man. Because that's what you're looking for, vain glory, and you're a sellout anyway. Where as seems so that your traits and your characteristics shows that you're a sellout, man. You're nothing but a Judas cult. It says, and whose glory is in their shame. Yeah, your glory is in your shame, man. It says, who mind earthly things, and that's what you're doing, man. And it's evident. You can see from your spirit, what it's emanating, man. And you mind earthly things, man. You're not really about this truth. You're not really about the elect being saved, But if, it's gonna, as I said, all that shit's gonna be this and that is gonna come to no avail, and you're gonna be destroyed, man. It said every word that men shall give account for in the day of judgment, man, and you're gonna have to answer for the wickedness you've been doing. It says next scripture, Salakia. It says Matthew 5 and start from 10. So because we're still doing the work, whether servants not greater than the master. The Lord was persecuted, innocently, but he did what he had to do, and he persevered, and he put himself up on the cross and shed his blood for the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. He finished his job, man. He finished the job that he came to do: reconcile the elect, reconcile Israel to the Most High through the shedding of his blood. He was that sacrificial lamb, starting with the elect, man, because that's really the Lord came for the elect of the Israel, the Most High. So it says, verse Matthew 5 and 10 says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Yeah, that's why they're coming with this black identity extremism. They're always coming up with this black Hebrew Israelites, even though we told them time and time again we're not black Hebrew Israelites. But you're partaking, you're that Coattail Pro, partaking in that spirit, man, because you're doing the bidding of the damn devil, man. You're working for this damn devil, Coattail and Pro. Look that up. It says, blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake. So we expect to be persecuted, We expect to be shamed and hated in this world. We're not seeking love like certain men out here are doing. We're not seeking fame and fortune, man, like certain men out here are doing. We want to get out of this fucking wicked ass society. And this is why Esau is coming up against us, because we're tearing down these strongholds with the word of the Heavenly Father. That ain't extremism. All we're doing is reading the damn reading the Bible, you know, reading pieces of paper, man, you know, that's compiled into a book with the Holy Scriptures, man. Yeah, we ain't got no weapons and all that. We ain't carrying no guns and all this bullshit like they had in that documentary on the Vice, you know, with the black identity extremism. We ain't got no damn AK-47s. We ain't holding no rifles and shit. Getting rolled on by the police for holding weapons and shit. We ain't about that, you know, so-called terrorist life. We're just normal, you know, so-called civilians, should I say, you know, that are seeking a way out of this wicked ass society, and our Lord and Yahawashi, through the Heavenly Father Yahweh, is coming to deliver his elect, man. Those men that are being persecuted in this flesh, man, you know, that are reviled and hated, you know. So verse 11, it says, blessed are ye when men shall revile you. Yeah, because we're sighing and crying for all the wickedness that's done in this place, and we don't want to be partakers of this, man. The Lord said that our spirit's not of this world, you know. And it purposely started with the elect, that they're men that are not gonna, you know, conform to this world. So that, you know, because of that, men hate us, man. They hate them that rebuke you from the gate, because we're not with this wicked ass society. We're not with homosexuality. We're not with trannyism and, you know, transhumanism and all this BS that's going on in society today, man. We're not with pedophilia and bestiality. You know, we're with the scriptures of the Heavenly Father, man. We're with the law, statutes, and judgments of righteousness, man. You know, and they hate that. And it's obvious this nigga, Sakari, hates it too, because he's partaking on the other side, man. He's on the dark side right now, you know. He says, blessed are ye. You know, he's turned to the dark side. It says, when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely, for my sake, just like they did to the Lord Yahawashi, came out with false allegations to try and hem him up. And that's what they're going to do to us. It says falsely, man. And you know, say all manner of evil against you falsely, calling us black and you're black extremists and all this BS, man. But we're going to eat it. Why? Because it's prophecy, man. And the Lord said these things must needs happen, you know. But our way out is holding on to our faith, holding on to this truth, this one doctrine that we got, you know, and holding it to the end, enduring to the end, man, through the trials and tribulations, no matter what we have to suffer, man, in this flesh. You know, we hold fast, you know, unto the end, man. And the Lord, you know, Lord willing, we be part of the elect. The Lord will come and deliver us, man. You know, we'll be on them ships with the Lord when he makes his you know, final return. It says, rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. Yeah. Doesn't it not say in Hebrews 11 that the prophets of the Lord were scourged often, put in prisons, you know? So these are the same things we got to suffer, man. Revelations 2 and 10 say that certain men are going to be hemmed up in prison for a number set of days, you know? So we got to go through the persecutions as well, the great insurrection against them that fear the Lord. Like it tells you in the book 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter and the 70th verse on down, you know? You really can start from verse 68. So move on to the next scripture. I don't want to make it too long. It's like the First Timothy 4 and 1. And this is the spirit of Sakari and everyone else that comes in that spirit of you know, being a damn demon, basically, man. You know, it says being a traitor. It says now the Spirit speaketh expressively that in the latter times, which just proves that we're in the latter times, the last days. So some shall depart from the faith. Yeah, it says giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, man. And this is what this guy's partaking in, man. He's speaking of you know, the doctrines of the devil, because he's coming with that Jesus Christ talk, and he's trying to hem us up or put, you know, parlay the men of the Lord with some extremism, man. Basically trying to call us terrorists, because he's doing the bidding of Satan. Esau, the so-called white man, is the devil of the Bible, man. The adversary, man. So speaking lies in hypocrisy. It's having their conscience seared with a hot iron. You know, there's many other scriptures brothers can pull out, but I don't want to stay too long on the topic. I just wanted to, you know, call out a few scriptures because brothers are going in, and I thought, why not? Because, you know, it's on my mind as well, it's on my spirit. Because, you know, there's basically traitors in the midst, and it says in the scriptures in Matthew 10 that so-called brethren are going to give brothers up in these last days too, you know, to be hemmed up in the court system and all that. It says John 8:44. It says ye are of your father the devil. Yeah, that's talking about traitors, man. you know, so-called brothers that are down for the faith, but really, you know, they're doing the bidding of the so-called white man, the devil, the enemy, you know. It says ye are of, you know, the J Reeds and all that, and whatever else you want to call them, man. You know, it says ye are of your father the devil, which is the so-called white man, and the lust of your father you will do. It says he was a murderer from the beginning, and the lust of your father you will do. Yeah, meaning you'll sell out, you know, and do his bidding, man. You know, do what he says to do instead of doing what the Lord said to do, man. You know, it says he was a murderer from the beginning. It says and abode not in the truth. It says the so-called white man doesn't abide in truth. And you got these niggas that you know want to take orders from the so-called white man, and obviously they're not abiding in truth either. You know, it's all a fraudulent act. It says because there is no truth in him. Right. The so-called white man wasn't made to reside in truth, man. He was made to be the wicked on the earth. Proverbs 16:4 tells you that. You know, it says, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. So for he is a liar and the father of it. So that should prove that's another inkling that should prove that all this black extremism bullshit that Esau's coming up with to try and put on legislation on the books is a straight up lie. It's false allegations, man. It's speaking falsely, you know, because he's the father of it. He's the father of lies, man. You know, that's his spirit. He ain't about setting up the truth. Because, you know, the truth is he's not the real Jews. The truth is that when the Lord Yahawashi comes back, his ass is going into captivity for 1,000 years. Then he's going to be exterminated off the face of the earth. You so-called white people talking that come from, really you come from the nation of Edom. You know, from the spawn of Esau. Your forefather, man. You know, your progenitor. You know. And that's the truth. But Esau wants to fabricate that and push lies, man. You know, he knows who the real Israelites are, but he ain't gonna come out and say that. You know, he'll rather slide around like a serpent does, and trying to see who he can you know, seduce into his lion type spirit to try and get men of the Lord hemmed up in these last days, man. But they're gonna lose, and he's gonna lose. You know, there's no success in that, man, because the Most High sees it all, and he ruleth in the kingdom of men. You know, but anyway. So as the brother said, yeah, do what you got to do, man. Do it quickly, man. Stop fucking around. The rest of you, but it just proves that, you know, this word is true because the Lord said these things would happen in these last days. You know, traitors, you know, so-called brethren that are turned traitors, enemies of the faith, enemies of the cross of Yahawashi, which is the name of this video. You know, and being disobedient to parents. You know, not about order, about disorder. You know, but anyway. I'm going to close out, give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakodash, and until next time I say Shalom.